The Jets have had success at the MTS Center lately. They are looking to continue that as they kick off a 4-game homestand tonight. First up, the Montreal Canadiens. All the action here on TSN. The Jets find themselves hot in the middle of a playoff race right now as they look to try to secure a wild card berth in the Western Conference. For the Montreal Canadiens, it's not a matter of if, but when they secure a playoff spot. It could happen as early as tonight. They're already at 100 points and in a fight to claim the President's Trophy. Good evening, everybody. The return of the Jets to play here at the MTS Center, and some very good news today for Jets fans. That's that Dustin Byfuglien is back in the lineup after missing the last 9 games with an upper body injury. More good news, or could be good news, is that Paul Maurice says that we may see Ben Chiarot, Matthew Perreault, and Brian Little during this 4-game homestand. Adam Lowry spoke this morning about how in the loss against Vancouver, they got away from doing some of the little things right. They have to pay attention to details. And as Blake Wheeler said, they want to frustrate opponents and force them into making mistakes. They will have their hands full with the Montreal Canadiens here tonight. As we head upstairs and bring in Dennis Bayak to talk about Dustin Byfuglien. Dennis, you know that he's going to be a big boost to this team on the ice and on the bench as well, because there was nobody that looked happier to be back in the lineup than number 33.
Sarah, he had the big smile on his face, and why not? The 33 train is out of the shop and back on the ice and down between the benches to get a first-hand look at Dustin Byfuglien back in the lineup tonight is Brian Engblom. And anytime you get a player, an impact player, back in the lineup, it's a big boost to your hockey club.
Well, let's look at the numbers, Dennis. 15 goals and 42 points. That's where it starts. So he's going to impact the power play for sure. He has the puck an awful lot. He demands the puck, but he's a multiple threat. Because of his size, his skating ability, he really changes the way the opposition look at the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, if you're a rookie on an opposing team, you have a veteran saying to you, well, number 33, don't get between him and the boards. Don't make him mad. Don't do a lot of things. We just want him to play around the edges. Well, Dustin Byfuglien's not going to play around the edges. He is terrific at getting free. He can score on breakaways. He's got that cannon of a shot from the point. It doesn't matter what the situation is offensively. Dustin Byfuglien can change it. He can change the game. He can turn it up on 2 wheels and put it on its ear. That's the great thing that I love about him. On top of that, what he does in the locker room changes everything as well, too. He changes how the players feel about themselves. He puts a smile on everybody's face, but at the same time, it's like, okay, here we go. Buff's back.
He has been lobbying Coach Paul Maurice for the last number of days to get back in the lineup, but Paul Maurice was not going to rush him back, despite the fact where the Jets sit as far as the Western Conference standings are concerned. This home game is very, very important. Every game, every point important right now. It is so close. Dallas Stars winning again last night. They kind of have themselves right back in this mix as well.
Yeah, they do, but, you know, if I'm the Winnipeg Jets, I don't want to look too far back there. It's up to the Dallas Stars to make up those 6 points. I'm keeping an eye on Minnesota, and yes, you got to fend off Los Angeles Kings. You know they're there. You can't ignore that. It's human nature. You just know that you have to get your points, and that if you do, you'll be right up there with Minnesota. They've done a really good job of focusing on this over the last several weeks. It's who are we playing now, what's happening this shift, what's happening this period. You know that they want to put on a good show against this Montreal Canadiens team that is at the top of the food chain in the National Hockey League with 100 points. They know how they play. They've had trouble beating them over the last year or so, and with Byfuglien back in the lineup and things feeling different, they want to rebound from that loss in Vancouver the other night.
This is a 4-game homestand for the Winnipeg Jets. It does start tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. This building will have plenty of atmosphere in it tonight. There are lots of Montreal Canadiens jerseys in this building. Sunday at Chicago. One of the other top teams from the Eastern Conference, the New York Rangers, here on Tuesday. And then the return match, the homestand, will close with an all-important game against the Vancouver Canucks. So coming off a 3-game homestand where they won all 3, they are 11-2-2 in this building in the last 15. And they are rolling here at the MTS Centre as they get set for this home game stretch. It starts tonight against Montreal. To ice level we go for the singing of O Canada.
Starting lineup brought to you by Red River Mutual and BSI Insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Remove your hats and welcome your Winnipeg Jets own Stacey Nattrass for the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for
Play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Winnipeg Jets player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Garth Pearson of Neepawa could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner. Tonight's starting goaltenders are brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. Dustin Tokarski, the former Spokane Chief, gets the start for the Montreal Canadiens. A Rook Memorial Cup championship for him in 2008. And Andre Pavlik, riding the 5-game winning streak, will get the start for the Winnipeg Jets. The officials are Tim Peel and Brad Watson, the linesmen Lonnie Cameron and Brad Kovacic, as Andre Pavlik and Dustin Tokarski get set to go head-to-head as the Jets and the Canadiens meet for the second time this season. Pavlik shovels it for Adam Pardy on defense along with Dustin Byfuglien back in the lineup. Loose puck to Lustig. He'll leave it there for Slater. Slater carries left side. Slater with the wrist shot. And Tokarski will take that on the short side and hang on to it.
The big guy is back. Dustin Byfuglien, after missing 9 games, Byfuglien will have a huge impact on this game. You know that he wants to make a couple of big hits. He'll be skating with the puck. He'll want the puck all the time, and he'll be looking for those big shots.
Face-off in the Montreal zone. Jim Slater has been outstanding in the face-offs 58% on the season. Shot from the line, and Tokarski makes the save and hangs on to that.
So that starts with Slater again. Slater's so good in the face-off circle, you said, Dennis, and that makes a big difference. Dustin Tokarski in the nets instead of Carey Price in this game. Slater with a good, clean win there, and Byfuglien gets a chance to move in on it. Unfortunately for him, it was spinning a little bit, so he couldn't get a lot on it.
Face-off again in the Montreal zone. Torrey Mitchell, who came over at the trade deadline from Buffalo, will face off, pile up in the face-off circle. And the puck loose, and Brandon Prust trying to clear, and Prust will send it down the ice. They wave off icing. Backboard Adam Party. Party gets taken to the backboards by Devontae Smith-Pelly. Another addition by Montreal. And now the Jets will start back. Chipped in by Andrew Ladd, and he'll pour into the Montreal zone. Taken off the sideboards and cleared up the center ice. Smith-Pelly gets stopped on the play there by Mark Stewart. Adam Lowry is on the puck and finds Michael Frolik. Frolik in on that right side, in on Yemelin. Canadians swing back, and Yemelin in the corner getting pressured there by Ladd. Yemelin and Jeff Petrie on defense. Andrew Ladd steals. Now to Michael Frolik at the line for Trouba. Trouba trying to get it down low. That got blocked, and Brandon Prust in need of a line change. Gets it out to center and hops over the boards into the Montreal bench. Stewart in from the left side, lets the shot go, and that is off a stick and out of play. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
For the Jets, control Montreal's quick transition, and Mark Stewart on his first shift did a really good job of doing that by standing up in the neutral zone. For the Canadians, don't get run over, because when the Jets get rolling, that includes a lot of heavy hitting. Montreal's still not that big of a team. They don't play that physical games. They want the puck and get out of their zone fast.
Shot off the draw, wide off the backboards, grabbed off by Markov. Gallagher deflects it, and Tyler Myers goes back into his own zone with Galchenyuk after him. Myers puts on the brakes, tries to find a little bit of room, gets some help from Toby Enstrom. Galchenyuk is after Enstrom. It's up for Wheeler, and out at center ice for Stafford. Stafford riding the 7-game point streak for the Winnipeg Jets. Sends it back for Enstrom. Up for Scheifele. Tried to get that through for Stafford. PK Subban is on it. Stafford gives him a bump. Trouba off the bench with the slap shot. That whistled wide. Stewart trying to hold in it at the left point. PK Subban gets it out to the neutral zone. No further. And the Jets stuff it right back into the Montreal end.
The neutral zone is going to be really important in this game, Dennis. You know, the Jets want to stuff it up so that Montreal can't get their game going. Same the other way.
Off the backboards, hopped over the stick of Jacob Trouba, and Andre Pavlik had to be careful with that one.
Yeah, that was a little dicey. It was rolling and bouncing, and you never know what a puck is going to do once it starts to do the end-over-end stuff. And I think Pavlik expected it to be cleared from behind the net. Trouba comes back for it, but it just goes under his, I don't know if it went over or under his stick, but Pavlik was smart enough to go by the numbers and make sure you're down and on the near side post, and no harm, no foul.
Eller and Odell. Now it'll be Eller and Thorburn as Odell gets waved out of the face-off circle. No score. Jets and Montreal Canadiens here at the MTS Center. Dennis Bayak, Brian Engblom, Sarah Orlesky, our TSN crew, as the Jets start a critical 4-game homestand. Around the boards, Dustin Byfuglien back in the lineup after missing the last 9. Dale Weiss, the Winnipegger, clears it in and goes in after it. Weiss having a career year. Centers. Pavlik is down, got the right pad up against that far post. And then Pavlik will smother this.
Yeah, Manitoba boy Dale Weiss does a pretty good job on his early shift here, too. He gets in on the play. Weiss is having a heck of a year, a career year. He's got 10 goals already, 28 points. He just gets it into a place where he can recover it himself. The coverage is not great for the Jets. You can see they had lots of numbers. But if you start fishing too much in front of the net and assume you're going to get the puck, they double up on one player, De La Rose, and leave somebody open in front of the net, and that's what made the difference. They're lucky it didn't go in. Gallagher coming in late there.
McCann's, Gallagher, and Galchenyuk the line out for Montreal. Lowry, Ladd, Frolik for the Winnipeg Jets. And Lowry will take it on that offside. He snapped that high short side and went over top the net. Plekanec back for Montreal. Gallagher riding the 3-game goal streak, goes in after it, goes shoulder to shoulder with Mark Stewart, and the loose puck taken by Trouba. For Lowry. Lowry on for Michael Frolik. Frolik got bumped at center ice by Yemelin. Puck deep into the Montreal zone. Lowry goes in and takes his man to the backboards. That was Petrie. Galchenyuk got bumped on the far side, and Michael Frolik plays it for Stewart. Mark Stewart gets to the red line, snaps it in. Markov around for PK Subban and on for P.A. Parenteau. Parenteau back for Markov and back for Parenteau. In against the checking of Toby Enstrom, and the long shot by Parenteau, grabbed and held by Ondrej Pavelec.
Blake Wheeler out there wearing the bird cage because he had a couple of root canals. Poor guy in that game in Edmonton. It was a nasty deflection off his own stick. He goes out to get a stick on puck, and he does, unfortunately. He goes right up and hits him in the mouth. A couple of root canals later, and then he has to put the cage on, played with it, and played against Vancouver and played very well. Almost 19 minutes after not being able to eat very much. Your energy level goes down, especially when you expend as much energy as Blake Wheeler did. He did a heck of a job.
Said this morning, you don't realize how big teeth are until they come out and you have them in your hand. Shot from the line by Markov is off a stick and out of play.
Yeah, and he's not talking about dentures.
No,
that is a painful thing. Been there, done that. He's a trooper, boy. When you only are eating soup and soft foods and you can't chew the same, and it is a horrible, painful thing that he went through, and he came out the other side very quickly and played well in Vancouver anyway.
Toby Enstrom for Tyler Myers. Back for Enstrom. It is the time of the year. Myers, Ladd, Trouba. A number of Jets did not take the morning skate today, but all good to go. So many players in the National Hockey League at this time of the year playing a little banged up. Pacioretty having a terrific year with 35 goals for Montreal. Sends it in behind the Jets net. Desharnais goes after it. Desharnais at the line for Markov. Ondrej Pavelec gloved it, juggled and rebound. Pavelec got the right pad down on Desharnais. Myers trying to jam it up behind the net. Stafford is on it. Stafford playing that off wing, having trouble with it as it bounced around along the boards. Myers in behind the net. Stafford is on the loose puck. Stafford will find a little bit of space. Gets it for Wheeler. It was in behind him. Wheeler protects it long enough to get it to Stafford. Stafford couldn't get anywhere against the checking of Devontae Smith-Pelly. Adam Hardy in for Slater, and Slater got taken out. Right back for Beaulieu. Ahead for Brandon Preston, in for Torrey Mitchell. Mitchell stripped to the puck. It comes to the line. Slap shot as Patterson let that one fly off a stick and wide. They wave off icing. Slater's after it with Patterson. To the backboards they go. Another big hit is Stepniak. Stepped into Mitchell. Byfuglien in from the right defensive position. Beaulieu trying to rough him up at the line. Talusti. The long floater. Tokarski makes the save. And he'll hang on to it. And now Byfuglien at it in front of the Montreal net with a couple of Canadians.
Yeah, that's Beaulieu and Dustin Byfuglien getting into it. You knew Buff was going to want to get in there and mix it up and make his presence felt. He wants to feel the game, and there's a lot of ways to do that. And Winnipeg Jets with a really good forecheck. Slater with the first big hit there, and then there's the second wave. Outstanding stuff for the Jets. That stuff that Montreal Canadiens had talked about the other day. They want to be able to get the pucks quickly in their own zone and get them out of there so they don't get pounded along the wall like that. But Stempniak coming in right after Slater. Those are two painful hits. And Michel Therrien, the Montreal Canadiens coach, was not very happy. He was barking at the referees after both of those hits because he wants to protect his players as well.
Paul Maurice was asked about his team's physical play this morning and said we don't run ourselves out of position just to make a hit. But a couple of good ones there from Slater and Stepniak. In on the forecheck. Odell back for Enstrom. In for Chris Thorburn. Thorburn tied up in behind the net with Alexei Yemelin. Eller is after it. Eller got stripped of the puck. Thorburn plays it back in behind the net. Yemelin is after it. Plays it up the boards. Myers trying to hold it in Kent. And Thorburn with the support gets it back for Enstrom and back into the Montreal zone. Lead pass. Halishchuk couldn't knock it down. Near side, Petrie, and this is deflected up and out of play.
Good work by the Jets there in the neutral zone. It was Chris Thorburn coming back in the neutral zone. Terrific work there, and they're going to need more of that.
Shots are 6-4 Montreal. This game is scoreless here in the opening period. Jets and Montreal Canadiens. Pavelec making a couple of saves. Jets on TSN, brought to you by the bold new 2015 Toyota Camry. One bold choice leads to another.
Watch Chris Thorburn's handiwork in the neutral zone, number 22. Good positioning. The loose puck is right there. Not only does he get it, but watch him keep possession. A little bunt back to Toby Enstrom, who chokes down on the stick like he always does. They have it under control. Everybody is in position, and away they go back up the ice. That's really good. It's one thing to turn the puck over. It's the other one to keep possession, not just swing around and throw it wildly back into the Montreal zone. Good work there by Thorburn.
Back in behind the Jets net. Stewart tried to bank it on the boards. Plekanec, the chance in front. And that one off someone. Pavelec may have got a piece of that with his left arm. Back into the Montreal zone, and back forward is Andrei Markov. The center no further, and back into the Montreal zone. PK Subban with Michael Frolik after him. Markov up the boards, kept in at the line. Nope. Trouba has to backtrack. Gets it ahead for Frolik, and he'll snap it right back into the Montreal zone. Markov with Andrew Ladd in on the forecheck. PK Subban plays it up the boards for Gallagher. And Brendan Gallagher will slide this into the Winnipeg zone, and Scheifele will retreat.
So far, the biggest issue the Jets have had is they've been sloppy in their own end. Their passing coming out inside their own blue line has not been very good.
Toby Enstrom lead pass for Scheifele, deflected in. Yemelin going in after it. Saw that clip there of Toby Enstrom with his hand up the stick. He does that often. Desharnais, cross ice pass, delaying Pavelec with a little bit of help from Enstrom. Not a lot of room, and now play whistle down. And a cross-checking penalty coming to the Winnipeg Jets.
That was full-on scramble mode there, as Toby Enstrom was the only guy back. That's the fast break stuff that I was talking about. For the Montreal Canadiens, a really good transition team, and they ended up with a 3-on-1 there with Toby Enstrom doing a good job of delaying as much as he could in order to get some help. Blake Wheeler came back later in the play and ended up with the cross-check, but the Jets have to read the speed much better coming out of their zone, because getting caught like that is just not going to work. Good slide there across as Enstrom comes back and makes the play at the net. Tyler Myers in the middle of the ice as well, too, and then there's Blake Wheeler with the cross-check that gets him to 2 minutes.
So Montreal to the power play. Cross-ice feed, and a good stick there by Stewart to deflect it away. Montreal's power play operating at 15.9% on the season. PK Subban plays it into the left side where Pacioretty will deflect it in. Grabbed off and cleared down the ice by Mark Stewart. PK Subban, who leads Montreal in power play time at just under 3.5 minutes per game. Myers intercepts that pass, and he'll clear it back down the ice. Jacob Trouba, just under 3.5 minutes of penalty killing time per game, is 4th in the National Hockey League in that category. Gallagher spins it around the boards. Plekanec back to the line for Markov, to the front for Gallagher, and a chance. And Andrei Pavelec with the piece of that on the power play, and this deflects up and out.
And Pavelec gets up right away, which is a really good sign, because Galchenyuk went right to the net, and then he falls right over that right leg of Andrei Pavelec. Really good puck movement there. Gallagher's already made 2 or 3 really nice plays in the offensive zone, and that was a terrific one. Galchenyuk gets stuffed right on the edge of the crease there, and really good work there by Andrei Pavelec, who's sharp early.
PK Subban talked yesterday how Carey Price gets bumped a lot and says they don't like it. Well, in that situation, it was Galchenyuk with a little bit of an accidental on-purpose fall on Andrei Pavelec. Cleared off the boards and down the ice by Michael Frolik. And Tokarski will leave it in behind the net for Boileau. Straight up the ice on the Montreal power play for Gallagher. Gallagher back down for Nathan Beaulieu. In the slot, Plekanec. And that went off of either Stewart or the left toe of Ondrej Pavelec and wide. Montreal controlling at the line. Beaulieu sends that pass cross ice. Slap shot by Petrie, kicked away. Slater's on it to the line. Beaulieu holds it in. Another save there by Pavelec. Spinning and firing it wide is Plekanec. Petrie for Gallagher. Back for Petrie. Unloads Pavelec to save. And hangs on to it. 5 shots on that power play for Montreal.
Beaulieu and Petrie doing a heck of a job of getting really dangerous shots through from the point, but the first play started down from the corner out into the slot by Plekanec. He has a spin around shot as Stewart comes out. That's a real screenshot. That went off the outside of the post. It was a clean shot. It was not deflected. And then a couple of chances coming from the point were difficult for Pavelec, but you could see he could see the puck the entire way. So either you have to get out there quickly if you're the Jets to get in the shooting lane and block it, or get the heck out of the way so Pavelec can see it.
In that 5-game winning streak for Ondrej Pavelec, save percentage of .967. Blake Wheeler in on the puck. Wheeler first on it, twisting and turning to get away from PK Subban. Now for Scheifele and back for Wheeler and back in behind the net. Subban gives chase. In behind him, Scheifele is after the Montreal defenseman. And it's stuffed out to center ice. And back into the Jet zone where Byfuglien will go back for it. For Drew Stafford, he'll chip this in. Petrie's after it. Stafford is after him. To the backboards they go. It bounces back to the blue line. Mark Stewart didn't blast that as Wheeler was in the shooting lane. And this deflects off a stick and into the stands. No score between the Jets and the Habs. Petrie unloads from the line. And a good save by Ondrej Pavelec. Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the hotline heavy tonight. Big taste, small price. Well, it's an important game for one of the officials tonight. Tim Peel out of Hampton, New Brunswick. This is his 1,000th career game as a National Hockey League referee. His first one was October of 1999, and it is a milestone night for him. On his opening night, Don Van Massenhoven was the other referee. Pat DiPuzzo and Brad Kovacic were the linesmen, and Brad Kovacic is in this game tonight as a linesman as well.
That's outstanding. 1,000 games for a referee. That is an incredible milestone. 1,000 games and thousands of insults.
No doubt. And only a few deserve.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Brandon Prust for Petrie. At one point in this game, the Jets had the first 3 shots. Since then, Montreal has outshot the Jets 13-1. 5 of those coming on that power play they had. Adam Pardy plays it through. Odell ahead for Halischuk. Halischuk tried to get it out for Thorburn, and Thorburn will slip it back for Byfuglien. Cross ice for Adam Pardy and back for Dustin Byfuglien. Lead pass and deflected in by Halischuk, and this gets deflected out of play.
Well, I think a few nerves for Dustin Byfuglien. Watching him like everybody is. He's missed 9 games. It's hard. He's coming into a tough situation where there's a lot of pressure. This Montreal team is very quick in this first period. Buff, I can see it in his hands, just not quite as smooth as they normally are.
Scheifele and Desharnais to face off. And Desharnais will send it into the Winnipeg Jet zone. Ondrej Pavelec snaps it around the glass. At the line, kept in by PK Subban. Tyler Myers is after it. Pacioretty goes after it as well. Into the slot, looking for Parenteau. Away from him, and here comes Stafford. Down that offside, Stafford slides it in, goes in after it. PK Subban giving a bump. Markov tied up in behind the net. Wheeler trying to center it, can't. Pacioretty lost his stick, and the puck goes up into the netting in the Montreal end.
Drew Stafford, what a terrific job he's done of late. He's on a streak again. 7 games. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists. Now up to 15 points in the 18 games that he's played wearing the Winnipeg Jets sweater. And we talked about this line an awful lot especially over the last half dozen games or so. They've really gotten hot. They've gotten their chemistry together. They have an understanding. Stafford's enjoying playing that left side on the offside. He gets some really good looks at the net, especially on the rush.
His first 2 games as a Winnipeg Jet were with Scheifele in the middle and Matthew Perreault on the left side. And then, of course, shortly after that, Perreault went down. At the line for Michael Frolik, tried to get into the front of the net. That got blocked. And cleared back into the Jet zone. Tyler Myers is after it, and this is going to be an icing call. And the faceoff will come back into the Montreal zone.
One of the beneficiaries of Dustin Byfuglien being back in the lineup is that guy, Tyler Myers. Paul Maurice talked about he and Jacob Trouba, saying that they've had to play an awful lot. Myers probably the most in pressure situations, and they'd like to get him to more comfortable minutes, maybe able to back them off. Just 2 or 3 minutes makes a difference.
Myers was over 26 minutes in Vancouver. Trouba in behind the net. Frolik unable to handle it. Stewart is in from the line. Gets bounced out at center ice. Lowry back for Ladd. Ladd tried to feed it through. Does for Michael Frolik. In behind the play, Ladd and Jacob Delarose got all tied up. Frolik in on the forecheck. Ladd now piles it. Big hit by Andrew Ladd as he buried Greg Patterson into the corner boards.
It was Patterson that made the hit along the wall first of all, so Ladd paid him back big time. That was a huge one.
Long shot in by Stewart, wide. Plekanec plays it in behind his own net. Petrie got bumped up for Gallagher. Gallagher chips it out the center, but that goes nowhere. And Stepniak back in for Yuri Tlusty. He had Slater in front, didn't get enough on the pass. And good backtracking there by Alex Galchenyuk. Adam Pardy steals in for Slater. For Byfuglien, scores! Dustin Byfuglien. 1-0 Jets.
Montreal's in trouble now. The big man is jacked up. What a great drop pass here by Slater. He put that on a tee for him, and Byfuglien hammered it. Dustin Tokarski must have taken the biggest breath of his life knowing this one was coming at him. He almost fights it off, but it goes in between his arm and his leg and over the end red line. The power of Dustin Byfuglien's shot in evidence there. But really well done by the Jets at the blue line to keep the puck inside the zone. It was Adam Pardy that started the play. Under pressure, kept it in and set that play up. Well done all the way around.
So the Jets get that all-important first goal for the Winnipeg Jets. Their 68th first period goal. Montreal not an offensive team in the first period. On the year, only 38 first period goals for Montreal. Jets in on the attack again. Party from the line, and that goes off a stick and up and down a play.
One of the most versatile guys has been Adam Pardy on defense when you think about it, because he's played the right side recently. Now he's back on the left with Dustin Byfuglien, and he made a really good play. I mean, the Jets were under pressure inside their blue line, and to get it over and keep it inside the zone, that's where it all starts. Watch the left side of your screen. There's Pardy using the body. See how many people are around him? He hangs on and hangs on, makes a brilliant pass to Slater, and then Slater drops it for Byfuglien to use the cannon on Tokarski.
Face off in the Montreal zone. As Dustin Byfuglien has his 16th of the year. Byfuglien back in the lineup after missing 9, and Paul Maurice thrilled to have the big man back. We talked about referee Tim Peel getting some verbal abuse. He's getting some from Michel Therrien, the coach of the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, he should. It's his 1000th game. It's an anniversary thing.
Lowry can't have a nice quiet day for him. No. Round the boards for PK Subban.
We're not having dinner here.
That's right. There's points on the line.
Yes, exactly.
Icing call against Montreal. Montreal, the first team to 100 points.
Michel Therrien's done a terrific job with this team. He said, I've talked to him a couple of times this season, Dennis, and he said, look, you have to remember, we have a very young team here, too. And yes, Carey Price has carried us in a lot of different ways. We're still teaching the game to a lot of people. There's Marc Bergevin, the general manager, who did a nice job of making a few additions to try and make the team a little bit bigger at the trade deadline. Smith Pelly was added from Anaheim to try and give them a little beef. Mitchell in the middle. Petrie from Edmonton on the back end to give them size and puck-moving ability. Now, they haven't gotten much point production from those guys. As a matter of fact, the 5 guys, 4 actually at trade deadline, if you include Flynn, they've only got 1 point total from all of those guys. And then Patterin, whom they called up to play defense from their Hamilton team, he doesn't have any points either. But they are trying to get bigger because that's been the biggest issue for them down the stretch and in the playoffs is lack of size.
Subban at center sends the long shot in, and Ondrej Pavelec is going to hang on to that.
I think that's a good move for Pavelec. What we've seen so far, Montreal went through a really good sequence there of spending time inside the Jets zone. They are really quick. Yeah, they're a fast team, but they're incredibly quick. There's a difference. They're quick inside the zone, and they were hurting the Jets in the first 6, 7, 8 minutes of this first period. If Pavelec can take whistles, he'll have to trust the centerman to win the draws.
Face off to the right of Pavelec. Scheifele out against Desharnais. Toby Enstrom. We talked about Toby Enstrom and how he uses that stick, despite the fact Myers is 6'8" and Enstrom is listed at 5'10". There's not that much size difference or length difference between their sticks, and Myers uses the extended one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've talked about that with Toby before. Even when he was a kid, his dad would tell him, well, you're not very big, son, but you got to use a bigger stick. So every year he would lengthen his stick a little bit. So it is very much an oversized stick compared to his size. But what he does is he slides his hand down the shaft all the time when he needs to, and he has complete control of it. It's very interesting. I've never seen a player use their stick the way Toby Enstrom does.
Scheifele waved out. Drew Stafford goes in against David Desharnais. The shots are 13-5 in favor of Montreal. The Jets with the 1-0 lead on the goal by Dustin Byfuglien. His 16th of the year. 14 of those 16 have come in this building. Stafford looking for Scheifele. Beaulieu back into his own zone. Sends it near side. Parenteau's pass up the middle picked off, but play whistle down at the line.
Wheeler was offside. Yeah, he lost his stick there. He's going to get a tripping penalty. He tried to drop his stick as he stepped up. Now we got some pushing and shoving with Desharnais and Stafford in the neutral zone as well, too. Wheeler was complaining about a dive, and I think Stafford had a few words for Desharnais in that direction as well, too, which in French or English he didn't like either way. And it continues.
This one's heating up.
Oh, yeah. There's the trip, even though Wheeler realizes his stick goes between his feet and he tries to drop it, but he's still going to spend the next couple of minutes in the penalty box. That's if the Jets are lucky and they kill the whole thing off. But, oh, it is really heated here. The interesting thing I see so far, Dennis, is the Canadians talked about they didn't want their defensemen getting run into the end wall, and they have taken a pounding already. There have been 5 or 6 big hits by the Jets. So I can see the anger in the defense of the Montreal Canadiens again. The defensemen, they are trying to take runs at guys on the Jets in the neutral zone. It is definitely on down here.
Michel Therrien saying our bread and butter is our speed, but we've got guys that can play the physical game.
Yeah, you can have bread and butter, but if you're going to get sandwiched all night, you're not going to be in very good shape.
PK Subban back into his own zone. 13 goals on the year for Subban. 6 have come on the power play with that deadly one-timer. There's a strange carom off the corner glass to the blue line, kept in. Subban fakes the shot. Plekanec back for Subban. There's the one-timer off the blocker of Ondrej Pavelec. We talk about Tulosti and Ondrej Pavelec and Michael Frolik out of Kladno. Thomas Plekanec, another product of the Kladno hockey system. Subban down for Plekanec, quickly off that back post. Gallagher couldn't get a stick on it. Markov, Subban, and back for Markov. Now they trade sides. Markov, Subban, the one-timer blocked by Jim Slater. Stewart is on it, and he'll wrap it around the the boards, but a good play by Trouba. He got inside position on Brendan Gallagher.
Boy, really good puck movement there by Montreal, though, from Plekanec to Subban a couple of times and then down low.
There's a chance for Galchenyuk. Whip that one over top the short side. And the rebound caroms all the way back. Or that was Pacioretty with that chance. And it caroms all the way back into the Montreal zone. Boileau, 35 seconds in the power play. Snaps it around the glass. P.A. Parenteau to the sideboards with Adam Pardy. Petrie is in from the line. Desharnais is in there as well. Puck is still loose. Jets win the puck battle. And Lowry sends it down the boards. Boileau with Ladd after him. Ahead for Parenteau. Parenteau to the line and in for Pacioretty. Pacioretty leads the Montreal Canadiens and is second in the NHL in shots on goal. Petrie at the line, down for Desharnais. Back for Petrie and back for Desharnais. Back for Petrie, the one-timer blistered it wide. Boileau fanned on the loose puck. Wheeler out of the penalty box. Just one shot on that power play for Montreal. Desharnais for Petrie, blocked in front as Myers took that one. Back for Petrie, fakes the shot. Boileau down for Parenteau, in for Pacioretty. Myers is after him. Pacioretty to the line for Petrie. Watched there by Haluschuk. Parenteau. Pacioretty to the front. Save made. Pavlik loose puck. Cleared away by Haluschuk. And Adam Pardy slow to get up in front of Ondrej Pavlik. And an icing call, and the Jets will not be able to make the change.
Really good puck movement on this power play. You can see why it's one of the deadlier ones in the National Hockey League. The Jets, all they can handle inside their own zone with the puck movement. Parenteau down low, and then the quick play across into the middle. Desharnais gets a one shot at it, but he's in so close. Pavlik moves to him. That's the second time they've used that play. The first one, I think, was even more dangerous when they went from Plekanec to Gallagher, and Gallagher fanned on it. But boy, the combination of the down low plays and the shots from the point from the Canadiens defense put a lot of pressure on the penalty killers here, the Jets.
Jets caught a bit of a break because they ruled that Adam Pardy was close enough to the bench before the icing that they are going to allow the change. And Tyler Myers came out in place of Adam Pardy. Icing, or rather into the netting off the left-hand catching glove of Ondrej Pavlik and out of play.
Oh, that was a really good save, boy. Oh, we really released that quick.
So Ondrej Pavlik has been perfect. Dustin Tokarski had Dustin Byfuglien's shot get by him. 1-0 Jets.
PK Subban has 6 power play goals and 17 power play points. Watch him play catch with Plekanec. They set it up. Plekanec gives it to him. He hammers it one time. Next time it's going to be Subban to Plekanec. Same thing. He's going to go down low. And then watch what Plekanec does. Boom, right through the crease. He rifles it, and the play was there. I could see Gallagher on the move. The Jets never saw him, but it went in between his feet. That was a really good setup. So far, the power play of Montreal is one of the best I've seen in the last several months. It had the Jets really, the Jets are going to have to get in the shooting lanes much better. Too many shots are making all the way through to the net from the Montreal defense, not just Subban.
Canadians have had 2 power play opportunities in this opening period. Coming into this game tonight, they had 2 power play opportunities in their last 3 games. Galchenyuk in the corner in a battle with Enstrom, and the puck deflected out just too far for Andrew Ladd. The shot attempts so far in this game, 22-11 in favor of Montreal, but the Jets with the 1-0 lead, 2.5 left to go first period. Adam Lowry tried to track a bouncing puck down, could not. It bounced away from Byfuglien. Here comes Gallagher. Gallagher drops for Plekanec off his stick. Back for Gallagher, a sharp angle chance steered away. Brandon Prust to the line. Yemel in the shot, floated that one wide. Prust is after it, off a skate, and now Gallagher shoves at Ondrej Pavlik, and that's going to bring some attention to Brendan Gallagher.
Brendan Gallagher is the smallest guy on the ice at 5'9". He will be in the paint more than anybody else in the Montreal Canadiens because he gets inside position and he's really good at scoring goals from there. Brandon Prust didn't even look because he knows he's playing with Brendan Gallagher. Look where Gallagher is. He doesn't care that he's in with Dustin Byfuglien. He's maniacal on the puck in the blue paint. He's got 22 goals on the season, does Gallagher. That's a career high for him. 44 points is a career high for him, and he's certainly not stopping there. He's starting to remind me more and more of Brad Marchand, Dennis. Because of his size, for sure, but he's always got that kind of sneer on his face, which is a great thing. I admire that. He's got attitude about him. He's fast, and he can score some goals. And Brandon Prust ended up with a penalty for all of this.
Montreal 8, Winnipeg 17, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, there's been a lot of unsportsmanlike things already happening in this game, and that's what makes it good.
Yeah. So we'll have some 4-on-4 with Lowry and Prust.
This is like
penalty box.
This is like a division game. That's what it feels like. Even though they're Eastern Conference versus Western Conference, it's got all the feel and smell of it. There's Prust and Lowry. A few cuffs at each other, enough to. The referees would just want to settle this one down. You know that. They can feel the boiling point is coming here. Neither team wants to get too carried away here because of the importance of the points, but at the same time, you got to defend your turf.
163 goals against for the Montreal Canadiens as we look at the cage of Blake Wheeler and now Max Pacioretty. Montreal, the #1 team in the NHL in the goals against category. 4-on-4 and grabbed off by Scheifele. Nice tight turn by Scheifele, got away from Pacioretty, lead pass for Wheeler, off the backboards and steered away by Dustin Tokarski. Markov finds Subban, Subban through the middle, Pacioretty deflects it in, and Toby Enstrom will hunt it down. In for Wheeler, Wheeler getting pressured there by Markov. Desharnais looking for a loose puck, Enstrom ties him up, puck comes loose and Tyler Myers is on it. Myers one-on-one on Subban. Subban knocked it away. Tokarski clears. Pacioretty back in behind the net for Subban. Got a bump there from Scheifele. And gets the puck for Andrei Markov.
The forwards of the Jets are not passing up any opportunities to hit the Montreal defense.
Jacob Delarose shot to the far side, steered away by Pavlik. Subban back for Delarose, in front for Eller, poked away, and Jacob Trouba right back up the ice. Leaves for Ladd. Ladd with Eller after him. Trouba trying to get to it, can't. Eller slips it down the boards. Delarose with Eller. Eller, the pass blocked by a sliding Dustin Byfuglien. At the line, Boileau trying to get around Stafford. In for Eller. Big save, Andrei Pavlik. Off of Lars Eller. Back for Byfuglien, and he'll snap it into the Montreal zone. Final minute, 19 shots for Montreal here in the opening period. Gallagher's after it. Gallagher short side. Pavlik the save. Plekanec trying to get it back out front. To the line for Boileau. Right side, Petrie. Petrie's shot got blocked by Jiri Tlusty. Jets can't clear though. Plekanec, Boileau. Gallagher in front. Couldn't get the shot through and down low to take it away as Tlusty. Jiri Tlusty around Plekanec. Tries to catch up to it. Offside called at the Montreal line.
Full marks for Andrei Pavlik in this first period. Boy, he's been under siege at times. The quickness of the Montreal Canadiens has really shown. Good work down low. Trouba had a tough shift. He got beaten twice, once up the ice, and then this time as Eller feinted away from him, and Trouba tried to play the puck and missed it. This was the 2-on-1 when Trouba had gotten caught up the ice, and Byfuglien was the only guy back, and he took away that attempted pass by Delarose, which would have had Eller all alone in front of the net. So big plays by Byfuglien. One goal, and maybe stopping one right there.
88 points and 38 wins on the year for the Winnipeg Jets. It has been a busy stretch. Tonight ends a stretch of 6 in 10 nights for the Winnipeg Jets. If you narrow that down a little more, 3 in 4 nights for the Jets. Here comes Jacob Trouba. Lowry and Prust out of the penalty box. Trouba back to the line. Slap shot, Slater wide. Lowry on the rebound. He got but caught up on the back of the net. And the first period comes to an end.
Well, the Jets are up 1-0 on the scoreboard, but I haven't seen too many games in this building where in the first period the opposing team comes out and has more quickness and more speed. The Jets have got to get moving faster, and their puck movement out of their own end has to get better, because Montreal dominated them for stretches in that first, but the Jets are up 1-0. That's the good news.
Winnipeg Jets make their way off the ice here at the MTS Center. Frolik got bumped, Galchenyuk got bumped, big hit by Slater. Then action in front of Andre Pavlik, 20-5. The shots in favor of Montreal, but there's the only goal scorer. Winnipeg Jets with the 1-0 lead. 14 of Byfuglien's 16 goals have come at the MTS Center. Slater and Pardy the assists for Montreal. The most shots they've had in the first period for the Winnipeg Jets. The most shots they've allowed in the first period this season. Look at the out-of-town Boston, a big game for them. Islanders and Kings, there's one we'll keep an eye on. That one's tied. The Hamburglar having a bit of a tough night as the Rangers are all over Ottawa. Rangers here next Tuesday. And there's Nashville and there's San Jose up on Detroit.
The Hamburglar getting supersized in that game so far. The Ducks trying to turn things around too. The Ducks have had a bad road trip out east. They want to clean their game up too. They're not in danger of not making the playoffs. They're right up at the top in the West, but their game is slipping a little.
And the Boston Bruins might get a little jump to their stride when they see that score out of Ottawa, as the Bruins and Senators in a battle. Wheeler into the Montreal zone as the second period is underway. Stafford, short side chance, and Tokarski makes the save on that, and the rebound cleared all the way down. This is going to be an icing call. Face off to come back into the Montreal zone.
A good scoring chance there right off the bat. Stafford gets to a free puck there, and he tried to throw it short side, top shelf. Tokarski does a good job. He'll drop down on at least one knee, and it'll hit him up high. He's up against the post. Well done, Blake Wheeler, with the net front presence, but he's being screened out enough, squeezed out enough by Subban that he can't get a handle on it, but a good start off the opening face-off of the Jets.
Tokarski in nets tonight for Montreal out of Watson, Saskatchewan. And for those of you that don't know where Watson is, it's just south of Nacum. And for those of you that don't know where Nacum is, it's about 90 minutes east of Saskatoon.
Okay.
Stafford on the loose puck, plays it in behind the net. After it is Wheeler. Back for Stafford, watched by Desharnais. Shifley in front, couldn't get a stick on it. And the Canadians will start back. Desharnais across the line. Parenteau heads to the front of the net. Desharnais drops at the line for Petrie. Swings it all the way around. Parenteau in from the line is Yemelin. It bounces around and the Canadians will hold it in. And now Toby Enstrom will track it down on the far side. He got double teamed. Mitchell holds the puck in, and then Enstrom will get it one more time and get it for Myers. Jets are changing. Myers slips it out the center. Myers gets the loose puck, finds Talusti. Talusti with his first goal as a Jet in Vancouver on Tuesday. Pass up the middle for Mitchell. Slips it into the Winnipeg zone, and Dustin Byfuglien, the goal-getter in this game, back for it into his own end. Nice play by Byfuglien. Got it for Talusti on to Slater, back for Talusti. Trying to cut wide on Petrie. Good play by Petrie to ride Talusti out. Stepniak is after it. Knocked away from him. Mitchell is on it. Byfuglien jumped in from the line. Lead pass now. Devontae Smith-Pelly, the shot save made by Pavlik. Stepniak trying to jam it out of his own zone. Brandon Prust puts it back down where Adam Pardy will take it. Gets it for Byfuglien. Byfuglien tried to send it up the boards quickly. That got blocked. Gallagher in front. Buchanan's run by Andre Pavlik. What a save on a ricochet play. And Pavlik, another outstanding save. Boileau gets a bump in the corner. Canadians start up. Patterson couldn't get anywhere against Lowry. Lowry with Patterson all over him. Lowry stays on it. Back to Stewart. The shot deflected. And that's up another play. And now Boileau, who was at it earlier with Byfuglien, is now at it with Andrew Ladd.
Yeah, Andrew Ladd has played with a thorn in his backside, too. He's had a couple of big hits in this game. It's been some nastiness, and Andrew Ladd has never backed away from that. Andre Pavlik, rather, has made some spectacular saves already in this second period, and he's had to. point-blank chances from prime scoring areas. His legs have been really quick in both situations. He came up with gigantic pad saves. Plekanec with his second really good chance of the game right from the slot area, and you can see Pavelec, who's moving sharply from left to right. He's in a good distance in his net. He's not out too far, Pavelec that is. He's in the blue paint, so he only has to slide a little bit, and his legs have been down and very quick and made some big saves here.
Pacioretty out there now for Montreal, taken at center ice by Eller. Eller to the line. Eller gets bumped on the far play. Up the boards, Ladd couldn't get it. Kept in, bounces around for Dale Weiss, and now Ladd is on it. At center, taken by Michael Foley. In behind the net, Ladd is after with PK Subban. Now Lowry trying to get it back for Ladd. Ladd and Subban in the battle. Dale Weiss down low to help out. And Eller is on the loose puck. Eller gets to center no further. It ricochets around at the Jets line, and Lowry sends it ahead for Foley. In with Ladd and Lowry, and Foley. Shot goes off PK Subban and out of play.
Good defense there by the Montreal Canadiens on that rush, and good defense by Mark Stewart on the last rush too. Man up, you're not going to beat in a one-on-one with Stewart when he has you in his sights. That's just good, solid, physical hockey. Eller thinks he can put a little move on him, and he might dance around him. There's no dancing here, Mark Stewart says.
Stewart leads the Winnipeg Jets in blocked shots, 129 coming into the game tonight. Scheifele and Desharnais again to face off. Tied up in the face-off circle, and Yemelin jumps on it. Out to center ice, Pacioretty. In on Tyler Myers, and Myers with that long reach just poked it away, but then Myers has it knocked off of his stick by Desharnais. Enstrom, Scheifele, and on for Stafford. Stafford will chip it in. 11 points in the last 9 games for Drew Stafford. Yemelin jams it up to center ice. Pacioretty, it's off him back into the Montreal zone. And Stafford tried to get it to Wheeler, and that got intercepted. Parenteau out at center ice. In for Desharnais. Petrie heads to the front of the net from his defensive position. It never did get to him. And now Stafford on for Blake Wheeler. Slowly into the Montreal zone, gets to the line, sends it in, heads to the bench on the change.
That was Stafford on the back check that dumped Pacioretty right in the slot before he could pull the trigger on a shot.
Stewart up for Chris Thorburn. Thorburn on the backhand, pitches it to the Montreal line. Halischuk goes in after it. Trouba follows up. Trouba shot off a stick and wide. Halischuk after it into the corner, and Halischuk with a good hit there on Nathan Beaulieu. Beaulieu has Halischuk on him again. Tries to get it up the boards, and now takes a bump from Odell. And Halischuk right back in for the Jets. Halischuk with the long shot. In on Tokarski. And Tokarski makes the save, and now a little more activity at the side of the net.
That was Gallagher coming back around the back of the net and getting a piece of Halischuk right after the face-off there. Good forecheck by Odell. He really rocked Beaulieu. And again, an opportunity for the Jets on the attack to really rock the defense every time they can. Look at this breakout, though, for the Montreal Canadiens. One pass all the way up to the blue line. It was a one-touch by Parenteau right onto the stick of Pacioretty, and the Jets were scrambled to get back in position. It was a really good play by Tyler Myers with that long reach, as you said, Dennis, but it shows you the quick strike offense that Montreal has and how good they are, how quick they are going through the neutral zone. If you're not watching the players away from the puck, they're already going full speed.
Halischuk with that last shot on Tokarski. I asked Halischuk this morning whether or not he has played Tokarski. This is going to be a penalty, I think. I asked Tokarski if he's played against, or Halischuk if he's played against Tokarski since they lost to him in the Memorial Cup, and he said you had to bring that up.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a penalty? Nope. They say it went off the glass and out.
Boy, it was close. I thought that one had gone cleanly out, but Tim Peel, the referee, checked with a couple of the linesmen to see if it had been deflected or not. PK Subban having equipment malfunction for a moment.
Slater, Stepniak, Kalusti. The line for the Jets. Party and Byfuglien inside the line. Slater wins another face-off. Party to the short side wide. Byfuglien jumps in. Byfuglien around PK Subban. Markov knocks it away. Brandon Prust gets bumped there by Stepniak. Stepniak tried to bounce it back to the line. Slater stepped into Mitchell, and the Jets hold it in. Now Markov for Subban, and Subban looking for Prust. Adam Party stepped up on him, and Slater puts it right back into the Montreal zone.
Boy, talk about a tight gap there. Well done by Party and by Byfuglien, making it tough for Montreal coming out.
Ondrej Pavelec will play that at the side of the net, jams it into the corner. Prust goes after it. Byfuglien on the near side is after it to the Jets. Adam Party, and a penalty now coming up to the Montreal Canadiens. Lowry for Byfuglien, and now Pavelec was going to start leaving the net. Now he does. Byfuglien plays it up the boards and taken there by Frolik. No room for Frolik. And now play is whistled down, and the Jets will get their first power play of the hockey game. And now Eller and Weiss and Party and Byfuglien have a little chit-chat.
Well, Devontae Smith-Pelly is the one going to the penalty box on Byfuglien. He went to his own box for a while and tried to hide for a moment, but they caught him, pulled him off, and then afterwards, after the whistle had blown, a little more pushing and shoving. There's the hold on the stick right there.
2-inch roughing.
Oh, and Party picked one up afterwards. That's not a good penalty to take, but you can see Paul Maurice doesn't like that. He's thinking, why just one guy when two guys were involved there? Boy, there's been a lot of stuff after the whistle. Yakking and hacking and a lot of stuff. It's great.
Could have been a hold there on Party in behind the net as well, and then Adam Party getting at it. And he'll head to the penalty box. So we'll get a little 4-on-4. Petrie back forward for Montreal. Yellowin. Watched by Enstrom. On the puck now is Scheifele. A little bit of a tug on the back of Scheifele there by Pacioretty. And Tyler Myers in front. Score! Mark Scheifele. On a steal by Tyler Myers.
Jeff Petrie and David Desharnais ran into each other. And on the forecheck, Myers is able to turn it over. There's Petrie making a good defensive play. Then watch 51 and 26 go into each other, cancel each other out. Myers is down low. Scheifele is all alone. And it's a quick play to Scheifele, and he puts it in the back of the net. Well done by Myers to be there, to have his head up, and to know that Scheifele was in the opening. And when the two players for the Montreal Canadiens malfunctioned, they took advantage of it.
14 on the year now for Mark Scheifele. That surpasses last year's total of 13. Of course, he missed a lot of action at the end of last season with that injury. So Tyler Myers, another point for him. And the Jets with a 2-0 lead, despite the fact they have been outshot 22-8. PK Subban drops it at the line. Markov the shot. Rebound. Oh, Ondrej Pavelec absolutely robs Brendan Gallagher. Ondrej Pavelec has them on their feet here at the MTS Center. Jets on TSN, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh.
Brendan Gallagher has had some of the best chances for the Montreal Canadiens. A terrific one-timer by Markov, and actually hit Gallagher in front, but look where he is in position. First toe save, second toe save, before Gallagher is cleaned out of there by Jacob Trouba. They're going to have to get better early body position on Gallagher, who's been in there 3 or 4 times in tight. Missed that chance on the power play when it went between his feet, and you can see the frustration level on him because he knows he's had some good looks, and that guy has had his number.
Probably 4 times, Brian, because he has 4 shots on goal in this game, and most of his shots come from the paint and in, the edge of the paint and in. Shot score! Markov from the line. Through traffic, and Montreal is on the board.
Well, you can tell Pavelec just never saw that. It's a moving screen in front of him with his own guy, Toby Enstrom, and David Desharnais. And Pavelec doesn't react until the puck's already by him. It's a clean win. Watch Markov move across. Watch the moving screen right in front of Ondrej Pavelec. He never catches it until probably it's at the hash marks, and he just can't do it. Really heads-up play by Markov, who is one of the most heads-up defensemen in the National Hockey League at making plays and getting pucks through.
41 seconds between goals. And it is a 2-1 game now with the Winnipeg Jets in the lead. Subban carries in for Montreal. Subban pulls up inside the line. Back for Markov. Back for Subban. Desharnais watched by Myers. Myers pokes it away. Myers and Desharnais tie each other up. And Subban gets back to clear the puck. Canadians back into the Jet zone. Pacioretty plays it behind the net. Byfuglien is on it. Off a backboard, centered up front. Pacioretty shot off a stick and high. Wheeler for Byfuglien, and Byfuglien slides it in. Desharnais, the only assist on the goal by Ondrej Markov. Cross ice for Stewart to the front of the net wide. Out of the box now, Smith-Pelly and Adam Pardy. Puck is cleared down the ice, and this will be icing called against Montreal.
You see so many times one-timers from the point just not getting through. A lot of times they're the waste of time. But these two guys, Markov and Subban, I think are the best in the business at it. They just have that touch. This was a wrist shot and was a heads-up play. We saw the one-timer from Markov that developed into the chance for Gallagher. But those two guys get it done. I don't have any way other to explain it than they just have that touch. They create the opening in the alleyway for sure, but it gets through when other guys' shots don't.
Jacob Delarose after it. Adam Pardy gets back to take it away. Pardy swings away from Devontae Smith-Pelly, and Pardy down the right side to the Montreal line. Gets a little help there from Michael Frolik. Jammed up against the boards and now sent back where Dustin Byfuglien will take it. For the Jets, Mark Scheifele is 14th. That gives him 14 points in his last 15 games. And Tyler Myers, 12 points in 18 games with the Winnipeg Jets. Eller in the corner trying to center. Adam Pardy breaks it up. And Michael Frolik starts back. Frolik through the middle trying to get it to Lowry. Off a skate, Adam Pardy twisting and turning, trying to send it back into the Montreal zone. Kent, here comes Plekanec with the shot, and the save on the short side by Pavelec, and now we've got Gallagher at it back in front of the Jets net with Dustin Byfuglien.
You see how quickly Montreal converged in the neutral zone? Winnipeg trying to move the puck through the neutral zone. It was one guy, then two guys, then three guys. They surrounded. The Jets get caught standing still, and the line change helped. Look, 3 Montreal Canadiens right there on top. They are tenacious on the puck, and it has given the Jets fits in different places on the ice. That time in the neutral zone, other times it's been deep inside the Winnipeg zone. The quickness of the Canadiens showing through. That's why they've generated so many shots in this game.
Slater and Plekanec. Slater won 5 of 7 faceoffs in the opening period. This one gets tied up. Plekanec trying to center. Jacob Trouba takes it away. Knocked off of his stick by Gallagher. Plekanec centers and knocked away by Pavelec before it got to Galchenyuk. Stepniak for Talusti. Score! Off of Jim Slater
agree with you, Dennis. He's just going to the net hard, and he's putting the brakes on. We'll see how it's interpreted. Jacob Trouba will take the puck in his own zone and head up the ice. Following behind the play, Stempniak dishes it to the outside. It's a deflection off the defenseman's stick of the Montreal Canadiens, off the pad of Tokarski, and then Slater, who's going to the net with his stick down, puts on the stop, and it seems to go off his right skate. This one should go a lot better. Goes off, yeah, off the right skate right there. I don't see a direct kicking motion there. It came off the pad of the goaltender, and then Slater has to stop, otherwise he's going to hang himself right on the net. But a good play there on the rush there by Stempniak and Talusti.
After video review, it has been confirmed that there was not a distinct kicking motion, therefore we have a good goal.
Third of the year for Jim Slater. We have had 3 goals in 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
This line has started to do a lot of good things over the last couple of games. Here's another look. There's the kick. See that? He's going pretty fast. Slater is. He's fending off his check. Plus, he's got to put the brakes on or he's going to end up going right through the end wall. Yes, it does go off the side of his foot, but that is not a kicking motion.
3-1 Jets. Markov. Ahead for Mitchell for PK Subban. Adam Party back for it. Talusti and Stempniak with the assists on the goal. Halishchuk ahead for Odell. Odell with Thorburn. Subban to the backboards. Torrey Mitchell down to help out. Thorburn trying to dig it free. Markov jams it up the boards. Brandon Prust stopped there. Halishchuk was in on him. And Prust will clear it down the ice. And this will be icing against Montreal. Jets pass holders, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion.
3 goals in the last 3 games for that line of Slater, Stempniak, and Talusti. Just good old-fashioned hard work on that last rush.
So Dustin Byfuglien with the opening goal, and then Scheifele, Markov for Montreal, Slater for the Jets. Byfuglien back in the lineup tonight. Still no Matthew Perreault, no Brian Little, no Ben Sherratt. They are the ones that are close to returning. Perreault saying today he would like to play Sunday against Chicago, but he'll have to get cleared and get okayed by the coaches and the doctors to get back in the lineup. Scheifele in the corner. Subban ties him up. Enstrom for Stafford. He'll find Myers. Myers delays, takes it wide. Myers in for Wheeler. Stafford got hook penalty coming to Montreal. Enstrom is after it. Pavlik to the bench for the extra attacker. Myers to the short side, off of Stafford, and PK Subban will touch, and we'll get a hooking call to Montreal. So a wild second period here at the MTS Center, as Torrey Mitchell will go for hooking. Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's game is Nabob Coffee.
Mitchell in the penalty box. They get a couple of minutes for hooking. Close play in low. Side of the net. Stafford going to the front of the net. There's the hook and the little leg in behind Stafford to pull him down while Wheeler was trying to work hard down low against Markov. Good hard work is starting to pay off for the Jets. All that banging around through the first period and the early parts of the second period, you can see some of the Canadians start to flinch as they go into the boards in their own end. A few more turnovers than there were earlier for Montreal.
How things have changed for a couple of former Buffalo Sabres. Mitchell along with Stafford. Save, rebound, and another save by Andre Pavlik. The first one off Pacioretty, the second one off Placanitz. Wheeler. Scheifele back for Wheeler. A couple of short-handed chances by the Montreal Canadiens.
too deliberate and just sloppy on the power play here for the Jets. You got to do your work away from the puck too. Montreal really stung them there with those 2 chances.
Canadians have scored 6 shorthanded goals this season. Stafford plays it around the boards for Wheeler. Wheeler back for Stafford. Jacob de la Rose. Yemelin blocked that shot. De la Rose now down low. Myers has it. De la Rose after him. Myers back for Wheeler. Wheeler looking out front. Scheifele creeping in from the right side. Back for Wheeler. In behind for Stafford. Got away from him. And the Canadians will clear this down the ice with Lars Eller. Los Angeles leading the Islanders 3-2 in the 3rd period of that game. Trying to clear it out with PK Subban, could not. Dustin Byfuglien jams it down low for Stempniak. Stempniak trying to get it back for Byfuglien and ricochets, and here comes Brandon Prust with Andrei Markov, and a good defensive play there by Jacob Trouba. Now Prust goes after, but on it for the Winnipeg Jets is Michael Frolik. Lead pass, Stempniak to the line and in for Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien delays, has a little bit of room. Byfuglien finds Toulouse. Oh, that just missed the far corner. Screen shot there by Toulouse. And now Prust will clear to center. Mitchell out of the penalty box. If that gets through Byfuglien, he's off to the races. Pacioretty back in for Montreal. Swings it to the front of the net. Near side, Boileau trying to hold it in against the checking of Halishchuk. And it's back to the Montreal line for P.A. Parenteau. 3-1 Jets here in the second. Boileau plays it for Patterson. Lead pass, Desharnais. Desharnais couldn't get anywhere. Back at the line, Patterson sends it down low. Parenteau back for Patterson to the side, rebound. Andrei Pavlik dives across to Rob Pacioretty.
Max Pacioretty's got one of the quickest releases in the game. The puck just came to him as he came out from behind the net. Andrei Pavlik with both saves. He anticipated that there was somebody there. Watch him make one push across, get his body upright, and make a tremendous save off of Pacioretty. The first play coming off the wall, he has to make the save, and he kicks it off to the side the way he's supposed to. But it goes directly, might have gone off of Desharnais. Oh, it goes off of Byfuglien's stick. Pacioretty, one of the best goal scorers in the National Hockey League. Pucks just seem to find those guys, and Pavlik robs him too.
Montreal now with 30 shots on goal. We have 6:33 left to go in the second period. But the Jets have the 3-1 lead. Petrie gets bumped hard by Andrew Ladd, and a penalty coming up. And now Adam Lowry gets in the middle of it.
And Gallagher's in there too. Gallagher came right in. He was not happy with that. He wanted a piece of Andrew Ladd. That one definitely looked bad. Petrie had the numbers facing Andrew Ladd, and Petrie's face and head went into the glass pretty hard. Andrew Ladd hit into the box. He has a visor on, so that certainly helped him there. He comes in playing the body. He does have his stick down. He's on the puck. But the fact that the numbers are square there because he had played the puck with his feet, and Ladd hits him in the back of the shoulders and the back of the head as he goes in. You can see Petrie checking his neck.
Catches him on the right shoulder and spins him around into those corner boards.
It's a 2-minute penalty. I wondered if he might get a 5 for that. So the Jets fortunate there, a 2-minute penalty.
So Montreal back on the power play. Third power play of the game for the Canadians. In behind that, Michael Frolik jumps on the loose puck and sends it down the ice. Back forward, Andrei Markov. He has the Montreal goal. Markov, Desharnais, Pacioretty. Leaves it for P.A. Parenteau and back for Pacioretty. At the line, Subban. And Markov, don't play catch. Subban the shot, that's blocked in front, never did get to the Jets net. Frolik trying to clear, Stewart in a battle with Desharnais. Pile up in the corner in the Jet zone. Puck does squirt loose, and first on it, Jim Slater to clear it down the ice.
Outnumbering in the corner, even though they're shorthanded. Jets do a really good job. That's what turned that puck over, and Slater gets it down.
Montreal 100 points on the season. Being chased by a couple of teams. The Rangers, Tampa. Round the boards. Plekanec back to the line, and Markov had this Karamov skate and out to center ice. Back in Plekanec. Rattles it around the boards, waiting for it. Blake Wheeler goes to the forehand, and Wheeler will send it down the ice.
Nice play by Wheeler. That's a tough one. Going backwards towards your own end, which you don't want to be doing. Fishing the puck off the wall, spin around, and find the opening up the middle.
Plekanec and Myers. Stempniak down low as well, as is Party. Halischuk guarding the front of the net. Now Halischuk to the right point. Controlled there by Petrie. Petrie looking for that one-timer. Petrie sends it cross ice. Slap shot. Galchenyuk blocked by Adam Party. Back for Galchenyuk. Dying seconds of the Montreal power play. Shot by Petrie, changes directions, doesn't get to the net. Out of the box now is Ladd, and no shots on that power play. Ladd to the line and in. Ladd gets a little help. Halischuk has Stempniak in front, and Stempniak went down on the stick of Tokarski. Back in for Montreal. Shot right on Beaulieu. And a save made by Andre Pavlik as they go end-to-end.
Andrew Ladd and Beaulieu, because Beaulieu took a run at Ladd when Ladd was going east-west inside the blue line. Beaulieu was going to try to decaffeinate him there. He just barely missed him. That's why Andrew Ladd's upset.
So Andre Markov gets Montreal on the board. Slater comes right back to make it 3-1.
Nathan Beaulieu on the left, Andrew Ladd on the right, and the almost collision would have not been good for Ladd. Beaulieu comes across, Ladd has the puck. It seemed like he saw him. He made the play anyway. He dodges it. Beaulieu misjudged and missed the big hit, but you could see what the impact could have been if he had it right. He almost killed his own guy, Beaulieu did. And then as the face-off, as the whistle went, Andrew Ladd, a smile on his face, he came right back at Beaulieu. Andrew Ladd's thrown a couple of big hits, and of course just took the penalty for the hit on Petrie, so I imagine that had a little bit to do with what was going on in Beaulieu's head.
First final of the night, Los Angeles. 3 straight road wins, and the Kings are back in the playoffs as of now, and they bumped the Calgary Flames out of a playoff spot. Flames with 87 points. Stempniak. Long wrist shot wide. Boy, you just keep looking at the NHL schedule and you see the final game that the Jets have, and it's against the Calgary Flames, and you wonder. Slater, sharp angle chance. Tokarski doesn't know where it is, and it is under him, and he will hang on to it for a faceoff.
Dustin Tokarski's played 15 games this year. He's 1 game over 500. He's had 14 starts, and then he's come in to mop up one time. He's never been pulled this year. Here's a guy who's won the Memorial Cup. He's won the Calder Cup, and he's been a starter all along. But when you're playing behind that guy, Carey Price, you're not going to be a starter anytime soon in the future. But he's done a pretty decent job when he's gone in. 5 years in the Tampa organization for Tokarski, playing in the minor leagues. He'd only played 5 games in any one single year in the NHL prior to coming to Montreal.
And of course has the 5 playoff games from last spring under his belt as well. There's a sharp angle chance as Stafford, riding that 7-game point streak, got that one through, and now we've got a little more activity as this one is getting very, very chippy.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was in the air to start with, the intensity of the situation. Montreal in a more comfortable position than the Winnipeg Jets are when it comes to the standings, because they have 100 points, Montreal does. But they certainly have played an in-your-face game, and the Jets have played like they always do here in Winnipeg. They play fast and they play tough. And there's been a lot of extracurricular stuff.
38 wins for the Jets is the most since the 43 wins the franchise had in 06-07. Back into the Jet zone. Stewart goes after it. Jammed up along the board. Stewart goes back after Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher goes back after Stewart. Markov into the slot. Galchenyuk shot, didn't get a lot on it. And it comes off the backboards and grabbed and held by Pavelec.
Boy, there's no holes barred after the whistle along the board. Some good hard hitting again. Gallagher has got he plays with that edge. We talked about him in the open. You got to like the way he plays, and he was playing hard against Mark Stewart here. He's giving away side. See how tough he is on the puck. He's quick on his feet. Mark Stewart, of course, he defends his turf as well as anybody. Gallagher doesn't back off, and when it goes to the net, they continue it on, and it won't stop from there.
200th NHL game for Brendan Gallagher. Face off to the left of Ondrej Pavelec. Lowry. And Desharnais. Desharnais gets it back. Galchenyuk to the line. Boileau takes the pass from Patterin. Patterin, the former Toronto draft pick, traded to Montreal for Mikhail Grabovski. It is back for Michael Frolik. Ladd off the side of the net. Ladd going in after it. Ladd and Patterin go shoulder to shoulder. On the loose puck is Michael Frolik. Spins it back around the boards. Boileau, and here comes Ladd. And Boileau braces himself. Ladd got a piece of him. Myers breaks it up. Stuffs it ahead for Frolik. In for Lowry. To the line and in. Lowry puts on the brakes. Adam Lowry. In for Myers. And the shot blocked by the stick of Desharnais. Boileau for Patterin, and back for Boileau, and back for Patterin. Just over 2 to go here in the second period, and the Jets with a 3-1 lead, and now we got a scrap. It is Slater and Boileau, and they spin each other around. Boileau goes down, and Jim Slater going after Nathan Boileau.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with Boileau and Andrew Ladd. Ladd came off on his shift. This happened behind the play. The puck was in the Jets zone, so I didn't see exactly what happened, but all I know is Slater just came right off the bench, so I'm assuming he came and got right in the face of Boileau and said, okay, what are we going to do about this? There's some line change. Boileau at the bottom of your screen. Oh, Slater just has a few words for him right there, and then drops the gloves. So he said to him, you want to go? And he'd already had the gloves off. He didn't give Boileau much choice in that one.
Gordie Howe hat trick for Jim Slater if they call that 5 for fighting.
Good point.
He has a goal, he has an assist, and they have gone to the dressing room, so we're pretty sure they're going to call this 5 each for fighting. Yes. Well, Jim Slater can add that to his resume. Haluschuk in with a bump. After it is Dustin Byfuglien. Eric O'Dell trying to dig it free. Lars Eller keeps a real close eye on O'Dell. Yemelin and Byfuglien. Boy, there's some size in that battle. Haluschuk trying to hold it in, can't. And Lars Eller will skate it up for Montreal. Eller got bumped there by Thorburn, who was backing up Byfuglien. Eller on the loose puck. Eller banks it back for Yemelin. Yemelin near side for Petrie. Didn't get much on the shot. Petrie goes after it. Party ties him up. Party's trying to tie up Petrie and play the puck at the same time. Does a pretty good job at it. And now Haluschuk will get it for Eric O'Dell. O'Dell to the line and in. O'Dell looking for a lane to the net. And that got blocked. Cleared out at center by Eller, and now grabbed off, snapped off the boards by Trouba. In for Scheifele with Wheeler. Scores! Blake Wheeler goes in back-to-back games, and it comes with a minute to go, and it makes it 4-1.
Opportunistic Jets doing a terrific job. A double line change. Both Wheeler and Scheifele coming off the bench. and Montreal doesn't keep track. See the right side of your screen, two players coming from the bench, from that gray area. Montreal never looked over their shoulder. Petry's the only guy back. The nice hands by Scheifele, the one-timer by Blake Wheeler. Tokarski gets across, only gets half of it, and it's not enough.
4-1 Jets. Blake Wheeler now with 8 goals in his last 15 games. 7 in his last 10 games. Scheifele and Thorburn pick up the assists. Subban will send it in. Trouba. Ahead for Scheifele. Scheifele couldn't clear. Gallagher couldn't get a stick on it. Either could Plekanec. And Stewart will just lift this out to center ice. Bounces off a glove, and Scheifele brings it in. Scheifele to the near side with Desharnais. In comes Ladd against Galchenyuk. Subban got rocked there by Michael Frolik, who gave him a little bit of a bump. Desharnais stripped to the puck by Frolik. Frolik with the shot at the buzzer. Tokarski the save. And the Winnipeg Jets, 3 more in the second period.
Blake Wheeler's goal was terrific. Heads-up play by Stafford in the neutral zone, and that line change is what fooled the Montreal Canadiens. There's Stafford along the wall. He flips it in as Scheifele had come off the bench. Wheeler's smart enough to see the play developing and stays wide. And it makes a really tough save for Tokarski, and he can't come up with it.
They're having a good time. Quite the hat. Scheifele with his 14th. Slater with his 3rd. And Blake Wheeler is 24th. It is 4-1 Jets. 40 minutes done here at the MTS Center. A couple of things to point out from the second period scoring summary. The goal by Slater, by Markov after 41 seconds after Scheifele scored, and then the goal by Slater that regained the 2-goal lead for the Jets. And they've changed the assist from Thorburn to Stafford on the Blake Wheeler goal, so that extends Stafford's point streak to a career-high 8 games. There's your shots, much in favor of Montreal. Boston giving up a tying goal late, and then Anaheim wins it in overtime. Los Angeles winning. Colorado Avalanche and Vancouver just getting underway. San Jose beats Detroit. The Rangers still halt the Ottawa Senators streak, but Ottawa still in the playoffs because of Boston only picking up 1 point. Third period underway. Myers in for Scheifele, over for Wheeler. Back for Scheifele and on for Stafford. So Wheeler from Scheifele and Stafford. Chance in front. Tokarski got the left pad down. Back in for Wheeler. Got away from him, and the Canadiens will clear out the center. Myers knocks it down there. Myers lost his footing. Enstrom covers up, gets it out the center. Pacioretty is there, lost it at the line, and PK Subban takes it. Subban tees it up, fires the long shot in on Pavlik. Galchenyuk around the boards, but Andrew Ladd first on it. Andrew Ladd got a bump there from Petry, gets it out to center, and play whistle down.
Oh, Stafford had a great scoring chance. Heads-up play by Scheifele behind the net. It stunned all the Montreal Canadiens. Stafford will come in trailing the play. And watch this little play by Scheifele. Tokarski is going the wrong way. Stafford had time. He actually used too much of it. The 5-hole was wide open. He would have loved to have stuffed this one much more quickly. He did get the shot, but oh, how close was that heads-up play by Scheifele?
Lowry through center. Puck got bouncing on him. Plekanec sends it back out at center, and Jacob Trouba will bring it back in. No room for him to get into that Montreal zone, and it's cleared out. Here comes Lowry. Trying to get that down for Michael Frolik. Up the boards, Gallagher chops this out to center ice, and Jacob Trouba back for the Jets. Ahead for Lowry. Lowry watched at center by Jacob Delarose, who joined Montreal after the World Junior Championship.
He's a terrific young talent. He's not even 20 years old yet. Doesn't turn 20 till May.
Played for Sweden at the World Junior. Patterin in his own end, being chased there by Eric O'Dell. Brandon Prust will get this out to center ice. Thorburn takes it. So the Winnipeg Jets able to get 4 on the Montreal Canadiens. 4 on 14 shots. Eric O'Dell to center. A couple of the Montreal players talked about the lack of scoring for this team. Here comes Byfuglien, leaves it for Eric O'Dell, and that shot high and wide, short side. Wheeler plays it all the way around the boards. 38 times. Here's a chance, shot by Stafford, and that
hit Wheeler.
Hit Blake Wheeler in front, and Blake Wheeler makes his way to the Jets bench, and Blake Wheeler in some difficulty.
It looked like it hit him in the forearm. He's got that right arm tucked in behind him. Paul Maurice doesn't want to see him any more banged up than he already is. Poor guy lost a couple of teeth in Edmonton. Here's the shot. Wheeler's a good screen. It's a moving screen. It's a good idea. The shot's a good idea, but it's a little off, and it hits Wheeler right in the forearm, probably right above the glove. I can't quite tell. That's what it looked like to me. Seized up his arm for a second or two.
Wheeler stays out 38 times. Montreal has scored 2 or fewer in a hockey game. Sharp angle chance. That's off a shin pad. Comes around the boards, and Stafford is there. Stafford pitches this off the glass out to center. On for Wheeler, and Wheeler will slide it in and now make his way to the Winnipeg Jets bench.
The thing the Jets have to be careful of, though, Dennis, the third period is by far the best scoring period for Montreal.
And they have had some chances in this game. Subban hears it from the crowd here at the MTS Center. Lowry back into his own end. Trying to get away from Torrey Mitchell. Centered up front. Grabbed off there by Michael Frolik. Gets to the red line. Puts it inside the Montreal line. Cleared right back out by Subban and Mark Stewart. Gets it for Jacob Trouba. Ahead for Andrew Ladd, and he'll chip this into the Montreal zone. PK Subban leads Montreal in average ice time. Cleared out at center. Adam Pardy breaks it up and sends it back in. Pardy with an assist in this game. And Subban, the long lead pass, trying to get it to Galchenyuk. And the Jets clear it right back out. Gallagher now knocked down at center ice there with Halischuk. Puck bounces around. Byfuglien gets it for Thorburn. And Chris Thorburn will spin and get it in, and the Jets will make another change. Eric O'Dell steals in a sharp angle chance. And Tokarski had enough of that. Byfuglien cleared up the boards by Galchenyuk. Stafford is there to play it all the way back around the boards. Adam Pardy jumps in from the line. Onto the stick now of Stafford. He'll play it to open ice. Plekanec goes after it. And the Jets trying to keep the Canadiens bottled up in their own end. Scheifele from Pardy and right back in. Patterin with Lowry after him. Through center ice. Petry's pass picked off. Back in for Michael Frolik. Short side. Tokarski the save. Dale Weiss takes it for Montreal. Chips it off the boards. Brandon Prust goes in after with Toby Enstrom. Dale Weiss, Tyler Myers, and the puck taken by Adam Lowry. Ahead for Ladd. Subban trying to hold the line. Subban has the puck. He'll leave it there for Dale Weiss, for Brandon Prust. Back for Subban, knocked down by Myers. Subban gets up, centers. Comes back to the left point for Yemelin. Weiss into the high slot, and Delarose with the shot stopped by Pavlik. Back for Brandon Prust. From pressure here by Montreal. Yemelin throws it back in behind the Jets net. Ladd up the boards. Again, Subban in from the line, but now good work by Lowry. And he'll jam this out to the Montreal line. Jets looking to make a change. Subban at center, stopped there by Eric O'Dell. Comes back to Subban, and he'll wind his way in. Dumps it in, and he'll head to the bench on the change. And Pavlik will leave it for Enstrom. Enstrom sends it around the boards. They wave off icing. And Andre Markov. The lead pass to P.A. Parenteau. Parenteau dishes it off. shot by Pacioretty, steered away. Pacioretty leads the NHL in plus-minus at +41. At the line for Parento. Tees it up. Save made by Pavlik. Jeff Petrie, the former Oiler, on the loose puck. And Eric O'Dell jammed it away from Parento. And the Jets will get a line change in.
Jets are really doing a good job in the middle of the ice, both in the neutral zone and in their own zone. Montreal can't get in the scoring area.
Bufflin back with Torrey Mitchell. Lars Eller to the line. Subban right back out. And Bufflin will steal and get it for Stafford. Drew Stafford with an assist has extended his point streak to 8. Shot and a redirect by Stafford just wide. Scheifele, who has his 14th of the year. That's a new high for him. And Subban takes it for Montreal. Nice play at center by Bufflin to break it up. Scheifele sends it into the corner, and Subban takes it for the Canadians. And another line change for the Jets.
Some of the best checking sequences we've seen for the Jets in this game. They've been consistently good since the drop of the puck here in the third period.
Placanitz in on Enstrom, puts it to the front of the net. Gallagher was tied up on the back checking of Adam Lowry. And Ladd gets it quickly for Myers. Myers the long slap shot. And Tokarski will take it up high, and he will hang on to it. 12:29 left here in the third, and the Jets up by 3. Tonight's player profile is brought to you by Asante, providing complete financial advice. Dustin Bufflin back in the lineup tonight, missed 9, scored the game's opening goal, and has had a pretty solid effort back there.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been skating very well. He's in tip-top shape, not quite as sharp sometimes as he will be as he gets a little more game time experience for sure. But he's had an impact, and he scored the first goal.
15-11 ice time for Dustin Bufflin in this game. The one shot that he has had found the back of the net, barely, as it got through Tokarski. Yemelin for Dale Weiss. Weiss got stopped at center ice as Adam Party steps him up. Yuri Tlusty in along the boards, cleared back into the Jet zone. Bufflin with Brandon Prust coming in on him. Bufflin reverses for Adam Party. Party puts on the brakes to get away from Dale Weiss. Back for Bufflin. And Bufflin will bounce it, tried to clear the zone, could not. Brandon Prust now has it taken away by Bufflin. Bank pass for Adam Party. At center, Yuri Tlusty. He'll send it in, and Stepniak will go after it. After it is Scheifele as the Jets get another change in. Stepniak trying to get it down low. Stafford is on it. Stafford now tied up there by Delarose, and Pacioretty plays it back for Alexei Yemelin. Yemelin off the boards, in through for Galchenyuk, for Pacioretty rather. Pacioretty takes it wide, back for Desharnais, at the line for Beaulieu, all the way around for Subban. Subban lets it go to Pacioretty, plays it down low to Desharnais. Scheifele comes sliding across to block that centering pass. Wheeler gets to center ice, no further. Desharnais turned it over to Myers, though. Myers with Wheeler. Quick shot by Myers. And Tokarski the save, and he'll hang on to that.
Well, the details of the defensive game have been really good, and Mark Scheifele made a really nice play on his last shift out there, sliding across on Desharnais. 55, watch him come across, takes away the play down low. His instincts for the game defensively are as good as they are offensively, and that's why he's progressed as much as he has. With Ryan Little out of the lineup, his responsibilities have gotten more. He sees more big matchups against the top D-men. That makes it that much harder to play, and he's adapted really well.
Mark Stewart at the line, plays this down low. For now, the New York Rangers lead the Eastern Conference as the Rangers beating Ottawa tonight. Gallagher at the line, and Stewart had him lined up and got a piece of him.
And Gallagher's got that little sneer on his face there, and he's got a few words for Mark Stewart. See that? That's the way he plays. You got to love the guy because he's got great skills and he sticks his nose in everywhere, and he almost got whacked real good by Stewart. If you remember earlier in the game, they had a couple of run-ins along the boards and then again in front of the net. And Mark Stewart just kind of shoot him away after the fact. Here's Stewart standing up at the blue line. Good little move there by Gallagher at the last second. So Stewart only gets a piece of him, but it's enough.
He got a piece and Lowry got the other piece. Back in for Thorburn.
The pieces aren't that big on him.
That's true. Sharp angle shot by Thorburn, and Tokarski will hang on to that.
Well, the Jets are doing a good job. They're not making fancy plays offensively. That's about the fourth one at least that Tokarski has just taken in the belly and has to take a face-off with, which is more than fine with the Jets with halfway through the period here in the third and a 3-goal lead. Keep taking face-offs 200 feet away from their net. They're good with that.
4-game homestand starting with this game. Shot by Byfuglien deflected away. Then it's a 3-game road trip, and then the regular season finale to the front of the net off of Haluschik and over top the net. Adam Pardy in from the line, gets away from Dale Weiss. Pardy trying to get it to the front of the net, and Brandon Prust is there on the loose puck. Prust has Dale Weiss with him. Weiss with Thorburn in after him as Thorburn was backing up Adam Pardy, who had jumped into the play into the Montreal zone. Pardy now for Byfuglien, and Byfuglien will chip it ahead for Chris Thorburn. Thorburn ahead for Haluschik, and into the Montreal zone it goes, and we are into the back half of the third period. P.A. Parentota, David Desharnais, he got stopped at center. Enstrom ahead for Stepniak, and he'll steer it in. Tokarski leaves it in behind the net. Greg Pateryn. Watched by Jiri Tlusty. Desharnais for Pacioretty. No room through that center ice area. Now Desharnais looking for that return pass for Parenteau, and Parenteau shot off a stick and wide. Pacioretty to the front of the net, blocked by Myers, and back out to center ice. Pateryn for Beaulieu, long shot in on Pavlik. Enstrom flips this into the Montreal zone, and this is going to be offside. Under 9 to go. The shots are 36-19 in favor of Montreal as Stewart gets a piece of Brendan Gallagher. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future Jets on TSN telecasts. You can win an all-inclusive trip for 2 to a Grand Bahia Principe resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner. Quickly a look at the out-of-town scores. Anaheim in overtime. They score late in the third, then they win it in overtime. Los Angeles wins, San Jose wins, Colorado, Vancouver still scoreless. Rangers move in the top spot for now in the Eastern Conference as the Lightning lose and Montreal losing in this one. So the Vancouver-Colorado game will be of importance. Los Angeles has jumped back into a playoff spot, third place in the Pacific, and they bumped the Calgary Flames out of a playoff spot. Jets trying to close this one out to move to within 1 point of Minnesota. Stafford puts it to the front of his own net, and Gallagher scores! Brendan Gallagher extends his goal-scoring streak to 4 on a giveaway by the Winnipeg Jets, and it's 4-2.
That was served up on a tee. Stafford had the puck along the wall, and all of his teammates thought he was just going to play it up the boards. He made a play back between his feet into the middle of the ice, left side of your screen. Right here, see how all the Jets think he's going to go up the boards? Well, nobody is in the middle except for Gallagher, and Gallagher can't have a better situation. The puck is rolling slowly, nobody in front, and he just hammers it.
So now we'll keep an eye on the Montreal Canadiens and whether that'll put them more on the attack and see how the Winnipeg Jets respond. Enstrom trying to jam it up the boards. Lowry is there as well. Under 8 to go here in the third period. Andrew Ladd ahead for Michael Frolik, and Frolik will send it into the Montreal zone and go after it with Petrie. Petrie up the boards, but stolen there by Ladd. Ladd the shot, save, rebound. Ladd has it again. Another stop. Lowry scores. That's how the Winnipeg Jets will respond. Lowry's in the double digits. Give him 10 on the year, and the Jets have the 5-2 lead.
Frolik starts to play on the rush by the forecheck, but it's positioning at the third man high, which is Andrew Ladd, that makes the play. But his shot, here's the initial rush. Ladd's out of your screen. There's the turnover, and Ladd shoots the puck coming up right here. He's the third man high. That hit Frolik right on the inside of the thigh and comes right out to Adam Lowry. Frolik was limping to go to the celebration. Watch Frolik in front of the net. He jumps. That one hurt him. Right up on the inside of the thigh, but it ended up being a perfect pass to Lowry, so it doesn't hurt as much right now.
10 on the year for Lowry. 45 seconds after Brendan Gallagher got the Montreal Canadiens to within 2. He extended his goal-scoring streak to 4. And the Jets come right back. Lowry from Ladd. Stepniak pulls up inside the line. Yuri Tlusty is on it. At the line for Stewart. Sends it down deep. Odell after it. Boileau is there. Odell for Stepniak. At the line for Trouba. Got away from him, and Dale Weiss carries down the right side and slips it into the Jet zone.
Boy, response time in this game has been a huge factor for the Jets. They have responded to tough situations and scored timely goals.
Long shot dumped in wide. And the Winnipeg Jets fans chanting, "We want Carey."
Jets fans have some of the best lines of any place I've ever been. They always pick victims, and right now it's the goaltending.
Well, when San Jose here, it was, "Who's your captain?" with reference to that entire affair. And
well, it goes back to last year, even when Ovechkin was here, and they're yelling Crosby's better.
Yes.
Any and all of that. Outstanding stuff. I don't know how they pass the memo around so they know it, though. That's what I want to know.
My favorite one is still when Ryan Miller was still in Buffalo after the Olympics when they were chanting silver medal.
Oh, yeah. That's rubbing it in.
Scheifele to face off. Canadians win it. Quick shot by Subban, stopped in front of the net. Gallagher's after it, cleared away, and Scheifele plays it back for Stewart. Stewart plays it up the boards. Wheeler couldn't clear, now Trouba will. Finds Stafford. Stafford to the middle, trying to get it to Scheifele. Good stick there by P.K. Subban to break it up. Back at center for Plekanec. Plekanec the shot, steered away by Andre Pavlik. Now they've got the Montreal chant going. This will be an icing call against the Winnipeg Jets. Jets on TSN continues on Tuesday with the New York Rangers here at the MTS Center. Live coverage gets underway 6:30 Central here on TSN. At the line, quick shot, that's steered wide off the backboards, deflected away. Desharnais. Scheifele keeping an eye on him. Desharnais twisting and turning, looking for open ice. Into the crease, steered away, and then cleared outside the line. Montreal with some pressure here late in the third, despite the fact they are down by 3. Petrie, rink wide, stopped there by Tyler Myers. Cleared to the near side boards. Ladd tied up. Enstrom is on the puck. And Enstrom will bank it off the backboards looking for Lowry. Yemelin ties him up. Lowry wins the battle. Back for Myers looking for the carom off the backboards. Michael Frolik is back out, so that's good news. Frolik looking for a lane off the goalpost. Frolik hunts this down and sends it around the boards. Under 5 now. Back for Frolik. To the line for Myers, and he'll just play it back in behind the net.
Terrific shift here with puck control. Frolik at the helm.
Shot by Ladd, and Tokarski got a piece of that. Desharnais bounces this out to center ice. Ladd for Myers, and right back in. Frolik bumped there by PK Subban, and Subban will take the puck. Out through center ice, Galchenyuk to the line. Galchenyuk winds his way in, forced to the corner. Byfuglien pins Galchenyuk. Gallagher's on the puck, plays it around the boards, race to the far side. Markov and Stempniak. Markov trying to hold it in. Plekanec got bumped by Adam Pardy, and the puck taken by Jiri Tlusty. For Stempniak, back for Tlusty, just a little too far and steered away by Tokarski with under 4. Plekanec, Byfuglien in from the line. Slater with the Gordie Howe hat-trick in this game. Behind the net for Stempniak. Stempniak tried to center, and the Canadians there with Plekanec to take it away for Gallagher. Gallagher slides it in, back forward Eric O'Dell. Jets, if they can finish this off, they will hit the 90-point mark. I'm not sure, Brian, at the start of the year, when everybody thought 95, 96 points might get you in the West, it might take more.
Yes, I agree with you.
O'Dell for Jacob Trouba. And Halischuk will bank this out to center ice.
A year or two ago, they'd say 93 would do it. Then it went to 95, getting tougher all the time. I agree. You're looking at 97-point range, perhaps, in order to get it done the way everybody's playing.
Patterson back into his own zone. Byfuglien, Scheifele, Slater, Wheeler, and Lowry. The goal-getters for the Jets. Gallagher and Markov for Montreal. Brandon Prust into the Jet zone, steered away, and Pavlik is going to hang on to it. So Brendan Gallagher brought the Canadians to within 2. Alan Lowry put it right back to 3. Look at the standings. Winnipeg Jets with 88. If they can hang on to this one, that'll put them to 90. Los Angeles jumps into the third spot in the Pacific. Chicago here on Sunday at the MTS Center. And Calgary now with 87. And Jets trying to move to within 1 point of Minnesota.
And Nashville with a win tonight, so they jumped ahead back of St. Louis. That race at the top of the Central is really something, too. Who plays whom in that first round? In that aspect of it, between St. Louis, Nashville, and Chicago will really be a jungle.
And then even Anaheim, with one of the wild card teams, looks like will have to switch over to the Pacific Division. They've added an assist to Michael Frolik on the Adam Lowry goal. Wheeler, right side for Scheifele. In behind the play. Trouba tied up with Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah, that was behind the play. I didn't get a look at that one. Gallagher's been in the middle of a lot of stuff in this game. He plays that kind of game. He's been effective. He hasn't been able to score on a couple of those chances that he's been right in tight. Trouba's headed to the penalty box, and Gallagher is here having discussions with Blake Wheeler and other people. There's Gallagher at the bottom of your screen. There's Trouba. There's what Trouba didn't like. He got the helmet pulled off him, and then it became a little all-star wrestling, and Trouba gets 2 for it.
Trouba minus the bucket for now. Will make his way to the penalty box, and Brendan Gallagher on the bench, and I think Paul Maurice felt maybe that it should have been 2-2.
It's one of the things that Gallagher does best. He is just plain annoying to play against.
So Montreal gets the 4th power play of the game. Subban for Petrie. Petrie plays give and go with Parenteau. Back for Petrie, looking for Subban, the one-timer, and Pavlik came across and makes the save, and Slater clears it down the ice.
You know, Andre Pavlik is going to keep track of wherever number 76 is. When he starts to float off in one area, you know they want to set him up for that big one-timer.
41 shots on goal now for the Montreal Canadiens. Cleared down to the blue line, and Adam Lowry is on it. And Adam Lowry will send it the rest of the way. Andre Pavlik, of course, riding the 5-game winning streak. The personal 5-game winning streak. The Jets have their 5-game winning streak snapped in Vancouver on Tuesday. Desharnais poked away from him. Adam Lowry along the boards. P.A. Parenteau trying to dig it out of the pile. Power play for Montreal. At the line, kept in. Subban from Petrie. The cross-ice pass intercepted by Michael Frolik, and Frolik will clear it down the ice. Andre Pavlik's career high for a win streak is 6. He sits at 5 right now with 45 seconds left in regulation. Jets looking for their 39th win of the year and their 89th and 90th points of the year. Party with Gallagher after him, and Party will clear it down the ice. And they are on their feet here at the MTS Center. Galchenyuk carries deep. Galchenyuk takes a bump from Slater. Jacob Trouba out of the penalty box, so the Jets 4 for 4 on the penalty kill in this game. And the Winnipeg Jets defeat the Montreal Canadiens 5-2.
The Jets battled hard for this game. For my money, Andre Pavlik is still the first star, because if he had not made several spectacular saves in the first 2 periods, this easily could have been different. The shots were one-sided, lopsided in favor of Montreal, but the Winnipeg Jets stuck to their game plan, and boy, did they play tough and nasty and do what they had to do to get the win, and that's, at the end of the day, what matters. They got the 2 points.
The team handshake that they do after wins. They congratulate Andre Pavlik, who has extended his win streak to 6, and the Winnipeg Jets with 90 points now on the season as they get back in the win column after having their winning streak snapped in Vancouver. And the Jets 1 point back of Minnesota, and they open up the 4-game homestand with the victory. Dustin Byfuglien gets back in the lineup, gets the game's opening goal, and the Winnipeg Jets jump on Dustin Tokarski for the victory. 5-2 your final here in Winnipeg as we send you to SportsCenter. Good night from the Peg.